Hopefully Corey joins us soon. And that's Evan Joel. I thought it was Corey. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so Sean, tell me a little bit about what happened after last tribal council where Lucas was voted out.
What happened after? Honestly, that was like a surprise vote. Going into it, initially I didn't want to vote Lucas, but just different circumstances led up to the particular situation. There was a video that was made noise in a way. Was it a mistake? We'll see. But yeah.
All right. Dustin, I'm assuming that Sean is referring to the confessional that was posted on Reality Noted page, because that is public knowledge. Everyone can see that. Do you kind of want to talk a little bit about that confessional? If you'd like.
I just addressed my opinions, and it's that simple. That's what I think, and that's what I made. Me and Sean put that together, and I'm proud of it.
All right. Thank you. So, Alex, I'm going to go ahead and go back to you, and we're going to talk a little bit about gameplay now. So what has Lucas leaving the game done to the dynamic of the tribe? What are things like now at Final Six?
I mean, Lucas definitely was a big player, so him leaving was very beneficial for people who were playing under the radar games. It's just giving them a chance to emerge more as like a more dominant player. And with the last couple of weeks coming on, it gives us a chance to really like showcase our own gameplay. But the one thing that did happen when Lucas left was obviously I did get 2 votes. And I think that we will be seeing what the repercussions of those 2 votes are tonight.
All right. So, Ellie, is there a clear dynamic within the sides and what's going on within this tribe now that you guys are in the finale stage of the game?
It's weird because like I would say yes. Obviously like it's never like crystal clear, but yeah, I'd say it's like pretty evident at this point.
All right. So Dom, talk to me a little bit about what it was like when you guys went over to the Land of the Legends.
You know I'm gonna ask this. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
I sound good?
You sound good.
I feel like it was good. It wasn't great. It was good. Obviously there was an opportunity for someone here to get something, and that someone was definitely not me because my eyes started hurting and I gave up on that shit. So, I mean, talking to Daniel was nice, but I didn't get shit. So, you know, it could have been better.
All right. So I'm going to go back to Sean. Sean, walk me through a little bit about what your experience was like when you went over to the Land of the Legends as well.
I enjoyed my experience. I got the legend that I wanted initially, even though I came in like 4th in the competition. I still ended up with the legend that I wanted anyway. I got lots of good advice about going forward, and it helped me kind of decide what I want to do moving forward in the game.
All right. So Dustin, not only were you guys able to talk with a legend and kind of walk through the end stages of the gameplay and what you were thinking, but there also was a second portion where you guys got to look for something. Talk to me a little bit about what that was like.
Yeah, so we were able to look for an idol, and I felt like I did really bad at that. I looked, so there's a whole bunch of posts, and there's apparently like a clue on there, and I misread the clue, and it totally like took me in the wrong direction. So
all right,
it was not a good experience for me. So
all right, so Alex, you guys are at Final Six. This is finale, very close to the end. There are only 2 more tribal councils where advantages or idols could be played. Is that something that's scary at this stage of the game?
It is definitely scary, but you just gotta trust your gut in this game. If you think someone has something, you gotta go after it. Oh, sorry, someone was playing something. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, definitely. They are scary because they could determine your fate in this game. So I'd rather them get out of the game earlier rather than later.
Mm-hmm. All right. So Ellie, are you guys starting to really think about end game? And if you are, what are you looking for in a person to take to the end versus a person not to take to the end?
Yeah, I think everyone's really looking at Endgame, and I mean, this is something that we start to think about now because for a while we haven't been, but now that we're down to the final six, obviously it's something that starts to dawn on you. I think people have different criterias and are looking for like not everyone has the same criterias in a sense where some people are like, okay, who can I beat? And but when you look at that in different scenarios, like you can either say, okay, maybe this person played a better game, maybe person played a weaker game, but then you also look at jury management and who has had the best jury management. And I think that's also something very big to consider.
Mm-hmm. So, Dominic, is it clear who potentially could be jury threats at this point? Who has the best jury management? Who's been playing the best game? Is that something that's kind of obvious to the players in the game?
I feel like each person in this game has a different outlook and a different opinion on who may be a threat and who may not be. It's final six. Everyone's looking at end game at this point because at this point anyone could get there. So yeah, I feel like everyone has their own opinion. I feel like it's not like an agreement on who is and who's not. I feel like everyone has their own opinion.
All right. So Corey is now entering. Awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and let him in. Sean, so back to the dynamic of this group, because so far tonight we've talked about idols, we've talked about Land of the Legends, we've talked about potential taking out threats versus taking someone to the end, but we've not really talked about the dynamic of the group, who's really lying where, who's with who. Is that kind of information clear? Is that information known?
I don't know. It's just kind of hard to discern with the sides kind of being taken down now. It's I don't know. Everyone's playing the game for themselves. I think that if Dustin hadn't won immunity, he would probably be going home tonight, but he did. So we had to move past that, and we'll see what happens going forward.
All right, Dustin, that's a pretty bold statement that if you weren't winning immunity, you were going home tonight. Is that something that is kind of just out there? Were you aware of that?
Yeah, but luckily it was like a brain competition and I won that, so that won't be happening tonight.
All right. Corey, you actually showed up. I'm laughing at Ryan. Corey, you actually showed up late to tribal council. Is that something that, are you afraid tonight that maybe you don't know what's going on here at tribal council because maybe you showed up late?
Well, firstly, I am sorry about that. I was
You're good.
I was tired. But I'm not too worried about that. I kind of had a good idea of what I was doing a few hours ago. I'm not sure if things have changed with other people, so I may have to talk to some people quickly, but I don't think I'm too worried about it.
All right. Alex, I feel like we've been going around and around. I've been asking people, what's the dynamic like? What are we doing? The most information I got was that, according to Sean, Dustin would be going home if he didn't have the immunity necklace. But is the rest of the information going to stay locked down tonight, considering there are possible idols that could be played?
Actually, I don't think so because of the fact that a couple of us, and I know some of the jurors are actually wearing black, we decided to wear black for Dominic's funeral tonight because of the fact that he decided to vote me last tribal. I kind of want to make my target clear. I'm going to be after him tonight, and no offense to you, I'm hoping you go home.
Okay. All right, Dom, if you kind of want to go off of that.
Looking at this game right now, coming into this tribal, we're looking. They don't want to speak on dynamics of tribes, but coming into this tribal, look at the dynamic. It's me at the bottom. My allies are beginning evicted. Not evicted, voted out back to back. So I'm coming into this tribal, not really knowing how to feel. I know after the immunity, we all went in the call. It was after last tribal, we all went into the call, and it was all 6 of us. And I held a live discussion. I was like, after I go home, who's going home after me? No answers. Fucking crickets. They have no fucking answers. Like, when are y'all gonna start preparing for the end game? But if you are voting me out, I'm speaking to everyone else. See the benefit in keeping me, point blank period. And it's that simple. I was involved in a situation like a day ago or 2 days ago, and I was very humble about it. So you know what? I'm gonna keep carrying that in. I'm gonna carry this into this tribal. I'm gonna be humble. It's that simple. If you're voting me, you can vote me.
Keep you into this game if you don't talk to anyone and you just don't show up for anything. So
I'm gonna let you answer that question. You answer that question.
There is no point. You should go home tonight. That's the answer to that question.
Well, I go home tonight, guess what? I go to Ponderosa with bitches I do like. So
Okay, so then pack your bags and let's go.
my bag's already packed. They've been packed for the last few tribals.
Good.
Anyways.
All right. So Ellie, a little bit of an altercation right there with them. Alex mentions that tonight you guys are all wearing black for Dom's funeral, and you guys are all wearing black. So is that for Dom's funeral or is that for something else?
No, that's exactly what it's for. But I actually am surprised that he's wearing black. That was a little surprise. We didn't expect that.
All right. So Dom, at this point you've had multiple.
I'm always wearing this hoodie. I'm always wearing this hoodie. This shit is beautiful. Anyways.
All right, Dom. So at this point you've had multiple people mention that they are wearing black for your funeral. It's final six, having multiple people say your name at tribal council. Is that something, are you afraid that it is going to be you tonight? And what do you do in this situation to try to get out of it?
I've tried to get out of a lot of situations this season. I don't have an idol. I don't have an advantage. I didn't get none from Land of Legends. Like bitches been saying I've been doing nothing. So like if bitches want to vote me, I'm just gonna go home. And like at this point, it is what it is. Like Ryan's sitting there, bitch. I got 6th place in Ryan and Krista's game. Like if it's God's playing, it's God's playing.
All right. Corey, it's been a theme this season that everyone comes to tribal and either there's no mention of what's going on or there is mention, but then what is mentioned doesn't happen. It's been the season of blindsides. Is tonight possible that this is just another blindside?
I mean, I guess we'll see, but that's all I'm gonna say on that.
Okay. So Sean, talk to me a little bit about why it's apparently Dom's funeral.
Well, okay, that's kind of hard, but Dom, okay, so most of us have really bad jury management, okay? Most of us, the jury hates us. Dom, I would say, has the best chance when it comes to the jury. So therefore, that's what it is.
But you sat in a call with me for how long today? You actually invited me to come to a call for what? For what? For what? What you smiling for? You look like Turn Up the Turtle. What you smiling for? Yeah, bitch. Anyways.
All right. Dustin, the game seems to stay kind of consistent with this fact that, yeah, we're at final six, there's low numbers, but there's still tension. There still seems to be dislike amongst the group. Could that come into play tonight? Personal connections that people have with one another?
Yeah, definitely personal factors are definitely important. I feel like this vote's going to be a surprise and we're going to see some stuff happen. So,
all right. Well, guys, there's been mention that tonight is Dom's funeral, but the only way to see if that's the case is to get the votes, unless anybody has something they'd like to say before we do.
Play your own game, point blank period.
I'm good to vote whenever you're ready, Drew.
I just want to say me wearing black was a coincidence. I didn't vote with anyone.
Thank you.
You guys are going to go ahead and have 5 minutes to vote starting now. All right, guys, I do have the votes. And with that being said, at this time, if anyone has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
Drew.
It's my.
Corey,
I don't think that I am getting a majority of the votes tonight, but just based on the events that transpired last Shovel Council and the fact that I have heard my name at least considered for tonight, I would like to play the Land of the Legends idol on myself tonight.
all right, this is a hidden immunity idol. Any votes casted on Corey will not count. All right,
It's
That
my
means-
turn now.
okay.
It's not my turn. I don't got
Okay.
shit. Like the fuck. I don't even look for nothing ever.
That being said, I will now reveal the votes. First vote, Corey does not count. Second vote, Dom. Third vote, Sean. Fourth vote, Sean. Fifth vote, the 13th person voted out of Reality Noted New Age and the 6th member of our jury, Sean. Sean, that is enough tonight. The note says hashtag blindside. All right, Sean. So Sean, I'm going to change your role on Discord to Ponderosa. You're free to talk to the jurors on Discord. I'm going to do your exit interview while the others have time to talk. And what we're going to do is we're going to go straight to the immunity challenge. So really quick, let me do that. And then jurors, if you guys want to go ahead and get off, Sean, I'll message you in just a second for your exit interview. Yeah, I'm recording.